Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show helps raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a great fucking person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Today we're going to be talking about the hard truth around time. The hard truth around time is that it doesn't wait for no one. Because here's the reality. Time is passing us by, whether we want to accept it or not. It just keeps going, and it just keeps going, and going, and going, and going. So whether you choose to act on it or you choose to just sit on your ass, the clock is going to keep ticking. It's going to keep going and going. And all that time is just going to pass us by regardless of whatever you do. So every day, you're faced with a choice, my friend. Work hard now or live with regret later. What will you decide? You see, the idea around this topic is all about helping you realize that the only way to avoid regret tomorrow is by taking action today. Because no matter what your age is, we are all in a critical time of our lives. Look at it that way. Always, I'm in a critical time in my life. No matter what your age is. But to be honest, the older that you are, the more critical that time becomes for you. Like the decisions that we make and the effort that we put in now will shape our future. Live an easy life now, and you'll pay a hard life later. Or you can embrace the hard life now, and then live an easy life later. So wouldn't you agree that the pain of discipline in now is far less than the pain of regret later? That regret that you will feel later will all be due to your cost of inaction now. Let me explain. Regret is not just about missed opportunities. It's the realization that you could have done more. But you chose comfort and you chose complacency instead. You see, time will pass anyway. And the decisions that you make today will either bring fulfillment to your life or it will bring regret down the road into your life. Just think about it. Imagine you get to your 60s and you start looking back at your life, realizing that you're looking back at the times of today, of right now in your life. And you realize that you didn't take the leap to start that business idea that you had, or you didn't take the initiative to start working on your health, or that you didn't invest the time into your most meaningful relationships. You're going to be left wondering, like, man, what would have been? What would have been if I would have taken the action back then? Meaning right now, today, in our current time. Like, how different would your life have been if you would have gone for it? So here's an action-driven question for you, my friend. What's one thing, just think about it, only one. What's one thing that you know you should be working on right now? You know what I'm talking about. That idea that keeps floating around in your mind. Your gut is telling you what that is already. You know what I'm talking about. What is that one thing? What is stopping you from fucking doing that? I say embrace and recognize the discomfort of regret and then use it as a powerful motivator to finally get started on that shit. Because time is the only non-renewable resource. It's the most valuable asset that we have, yet it's the one thing that we can never get back. It's easy to get caught up in our routines. It's easy to get caught up in the everyday lives that we have and all our day-to-day activities. But are you moving closer to your goals, or are you actually moving further away from them? You see, many people waste years of their lives working for jobs that they hate, or maybe delaying an important decision because they think that they have plenty of time left. But ask any older person, ask someone who's late into their years of life and who sees way less years than they have left, then and they'll tell you that the fucking years, they flew by them, and they will fly by you. And if you don't capitalize on your time, if you don't make the most of what the time that you have, suddenly what once was like a dream, it becomes a distant fantasy. That's why I'm encouraging you today to audit your time, my friend. Like, how much of your daily schedule is spent on things that truly move the needle for you in your life? I suggest you start tracking your time. Like, man, I'm big on my calendar. I put everything on my calendar. And at the beginning of the week, I look at how last week went, and I look at what I have planned for this week, and then I adjust accordingly. And every week we do it over and over and over and over again. And what happens is that you start seeing where the valuable time is going. So do this. You want to be disciplined with your time. But more specifically, I want you to realize the power of discipline over motivation. Because motivation is fleeting, meaning that it comes and it goes. You can't count on that shit. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps you pushing forward, even when you don't fucking feel like it. Like, the men who succeed are those who put in the work every single day, not just when they feel motivated. You look at any successful athlete or any successful business person, and you will see this. Their success isn't because they wake up motivated every single day. And today I'm gonna fucking do the hard thing. Oh, I'm feeling motivated today. No, it's because they're fucking disciplined. They do it because they know that by putting in the work, they will get the results that they want. It's kind of like training for a triathlon or even a marathon. It's funny, I have a triathlon in December and I have a marathon in January. It's crazy. And like, I don't rely on my motivation to train, because if I did, I would never fucking show up. Like, I train, and I know the people training for that triathlon and the people for that marathon, we train when we don't feel like it. Because the reality is that those are the majority of the fucking days. That's the majority of the time. Most of the time, you're not going to feel like it. Rarely ever do I want to go train. I have to literally force myself to go and to put in the time, and to go and put in the fucking work. It's always like resistance. Oh man, just push it off. Just push it off. Just push it off. I have to literally force myself to go fucking train. But every time, after I'm done training, after I'm done with that workout, I become so grateful. I'm such on a high. Like, even if I'm exhausted, I'm fucking feeling amazing, as I persevered despite not wanting to show up. And I feel fucking amazing. I feel great that I fucking got that workout done. So I encourage you to create a daily routine for yourself, or create like some habitual things that you do so that they align with your long-term goals, right? There's a saying that I learned from somewhere, and I can't remember where I learned it, but your short-term goals pave the road to your long-term goals. So what are short-term goals, like daily habits, daily routines that you can start to implement that will start paving the road and get you to your long-term goals? Whether it's working on your business, whether it's working on your health, or whether it's working on your relationships. Know that consistency is the key, my friend. You can either live with the pain of discipline, or you can live with the pain of regret. The choice is yours. That's why there's that famous saying that goes, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. That's because discipline requires short-term discomfort, but it pays off in the long run. Regret, on the other hand, is a burden that gets heavier as time passes. So you're going to be someone who is disciplined, someone who wakes up early, someone who works out, someone who invests in his career so that he can look back and that he can be proud of the choices he made? Or you're going to be the other man, the one who keeps hitting the fucking snooze button, the one who keeps skipping the fucking workouts, the one who keeps eating like shit, the one who keeps procrastinating and will eventually regret all the years that he wasted, all the years that he knew what he should have done, but he fucking let this shit get the best of him, and so now he's fucking wasted all these years. Now keep that in mind whenever you're faced with a choice between comfort or a challenge. The comfort might feel good right in that moment, but the challenge will feel fucking so much better once you accomplish it. Like, remind yourself that discipline now is far easier to live with than regret later. Think about that in those times of making those hard decisions. Think about your legacy. Think about how they will remember you. Think about, like, you know, do I want to fucking do the hard shit now so I can either live an easy life later, or I'm just gonna fucking play it, easy now, cool, put my feet up, eat like shit, not work on myself, and then fucking have a hard ass life later. Remember about your legacy. Remember how they will remember you. That's how you avoid the regret. Think about the long-term game and your family's future, for fucking God's sake. You don't do it for you, do it for your family. But I hope you do it for yourself, because when you do it for yourself, it impacts your family. Like, what kind of man do you want to be known as? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Whether it's your career, whether it's your relationships, or whether it's your personal growth. Everything that you do today builds a story you will tell tomorrow, my friend. Know that working hard now creates a legacy that you and others will be proud of. That's the shit that keeps me going. Because I'll be damned if I coast through my life and I end up having nothing to show for it. I will have a story of a man who is known to put in the motherfucking work. A story of a man who built a movement, a family man, a loving husband, a loving father, one who helped and led fucking thousands of men to transform their lives so that the legacy that they leave behind becomes a fucking meaningful one. One that they're proud of, one that is powerful, and one that they're fucking like joyous and be like, fuck yeah, I fucking did it. So visualize your future self. Like in 10, even 20 years from now. What will you regret if you don't take action on today? Don't be the man who didn't give it his all during his prime years, only to realize when it was too late. Oh, I wish I would have done it then. Do it fucking now, right? Be the man who faces his challenges head on. The one who works his fucking ass off. The one who ends up reaping the rewards of all the discipline and the effort that he put in during his fucking prime. My brother, make this shit a non-negotiable for you. So tell me, which story will be yours? Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling out all the motorsport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the crap that's been holding us back, and let's become the badass motherfuckers that we're all meant to be. Breaking the stereotype is exactly what we're here to do. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others level up is the mission that God has tasked us with. Join me on this journey while we empower our people to do more and to be more. And man, if you still haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for, man? Go ahead and smash that button so you never miss another episode. And if you connected with today's message, if you resonated with today's message, if it hit you in some type of way and you're like, fuck, man, go ahead and share that on your story, because I'm sure that other people will want to hear it too. And make sure you tag me at Wide Open Randy, because those are the actions that help more gearheads to see and to hear about this podcast. And ultimately, those are the actions that help our community grow. I'll catch up with you on the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friend. Peace.